Hello again, Dave Graybill, fishingmagician.com. Today I'm at Moses Lake, more specifically Blue Heron Park. This is a 47-acre park on the west shore of Moses Lake, and it's a great place for picnics. We've got restrooms, a playground, and also access to the I-90 bridge, which is a very popular spot with anglers. There's a great boat launch here as well. Moses Lake is 67,000 acres and has 120 miles of shoreline. Now, we're not going to cover all of that shore today, but I am going to show you some great spots to look for walleye here in Moses Lake. My friends and I are going to make several stops at different locations on the lake, above the I-90 bridge and above Blue Heron Park, and I'm going to share with you some good places to start to look for walleye on Moses Lake. We've left Blue Heron Park and run up the lake a distance. My good friend Brian Nielsen has his Lund boat that's completely outfitted, and my other good friend James LeBeau, we're looking for walleye, and where we stopped first is just above the island that is on the west side of the lake, and this area is also known as the Horse Ranch. We're in about 20 feet of water, trolling at about 0.9 miles an hour, and just above us, another spot that we'll hit as we work our way up to the very north end of the lake is called the Rock Pile. But we're going to look for walleye here for a bit more, and then we're going to gradually head up north and see what we can find. But this is a great area to look for walleye year-round. Now we've moved a little further up lake to an area called the Rock Pile, and believe me, it is a rock pile. I've taken photographs of this area when the lake is down, and it is a ridge that comes up off the lake, and you go from 20 feet to 0. So you have to approach this with caution and learn your way around it, but it is also a great place to look for walleye, and it's another great spot to cast for smallmouth bass. We'll continue on our way up lake, and I have to tell you, I really thank these guys that are with me. We've been fishing walleye on Moses Lake since 2010, and I appreciate their help today in showing people some of the better spots to look for walleye above the I-90 bridge on Moses Lake. Now we've moved just a little bit further up Moses Lake, and we're past the rock pile and around a corner that's kind of a subtle, I wouldn't say it's really a point, but it's where the lake does take a turn up. In the background you can see Conley Park, and we're fishing in about 12 to 15 feet of water here, and this spot has been very productive over the years. Both James and Brian have done well at this spot, and I suppose the landmark would be, if you're running up lake, look to your left and you'll see a sign on the bank, and that's about where the fishing starts here on this spot on Moses Lake.
What do you got there, Dave?
Nice smallmouth, I'll bet. Man alive. It's a scrapper, that's for sure. Here, it's a walleye.
All right.
All right, Mr. Brian. I'll try to keep him in the water this time for you.
Thank you.
Hey, hey.
All right, guys.
Timely release.
We knew we were going to get a fish out of here, and we did. Good job, Brian. Now we've hopped across the lake to the other side, and we're fishing above Conley Park. Conley Park is a great facility here on the lake. There's a nice day-use park here. There's an excellent boat launch with a lot of parking and a protected cove, and it opens about mid-April every year. But I would recommend that you go to the website for Conley Park because their hours change through the season. And it has an earlier open and a later close in the summer. But we're fishing a flat just above Conley Park. That's always a good place to stop and make a few passes. There's often good numbers of walleye right here.
Okay, doing it. Side
I'll
planing.
show you how to get this in real quick.
All right.
Watch,
Is
just
he
do
there?
this. Boom.
Okay.
All
Yeah,
right.
he's there. There's something on there. Oh,
What is it?
it's a baby walleye.
It is a small walleye.
Well, now we've moved all the way up to the very top end of Moses Lake. This is an area that many anglers start their walleye season up in the very shallow water at the north end. The water warms up the fastest, and walleye are in this area for quite a period of time. We're only fishing in 4 to 6 feet of water, and so we're using the side planers that I just showed you. So it moves our baits away from the boat. If you drive over the walleye, they will scatter. And so we've moved our baits further away from the boat so that they're undisturbed. This is a really fun way to fish. You see the flags pop up on these side planers and they jerk backwards in the water, and it can be extremely productive.
Here I'm showing you two different types of bottom bouncer weights and also a bunch of spinners that work here on Moses Lake.
That's an eater.
All right.
Oh, yeah. Well, it turned out to be a little shorter day than we'd hoped for. That happens in the spring. We started with a nice, calm, cloudy, but warm day, and then it turned to rain and wind. But we still got to explore many of the really good fishing spots that you can find above the I-90 bridge here on Moses Lake. I hope you get an opportunity to get over here and give the walleye fishing a try. There's great facilities here. There's many different boat launches here on the lake and everything you'd ever want. Great lodging, restaurants, other things for the kids to enjoy, all here in Moses Lake. And you can learn all about it by visiting tourmoseslake.com.